Car reviews used to be fun to watch. I remember when I used to watch car reviews back in the day. I used to watch Doug DeMuro, Miles Per Hour, The Straight Pipes, even a smaller YouTuber called Professor Drives. And those were the days, but now every time I try to watch a car review, it all just seems fake. It all seems scripted and everything seems the same. Now, every car is amazing and worth it. Like BMW right now could drop a 200 horsepower, 9,000 pound sedan that requires an engine rebuild every 2,700 miles. And these new car reviewers will still give it a positive verdict. The thing is, not every car can be good as you're making it seem. And that's where I feel like things change. If you went on YouTube right now and searched any car for a review, you're going to see a positive video. It doesn't matter what car you search, even if it's a car that has the worst reviews from customers. It's gonna be all positive reviews in the video and barely any criticism. Hold on, it's low-key hot. Let me take this off. Ugh. But now every car review just feels like one big advertisement and not opinions like they used to be. And it's not random. There's reasons why these reviews change, and that's what I'm gonna explain to you today. The systems have completely flipped, and one of the biggest reasons is that access equals control. These reviewers need cars, and the cars come from brands and press fleets. Because think about it, if you trash a car a brand gives you, you're risking losing access to every other car that brand releases in the future. And the result of being a car YouTuber in that predicament is just overall playing it safe. Because even if the brand doesn't tell you directly that don't talk trash about this brand, because I'm assuming that BMW is not gonna walk up to you and be like, if you talk trash about this car we're giving you, no more. I'm assuming that's not what happens, but it's just a psychological thing. Nobody is going to get a free car and start talking smack about it in the video if they want more in the future. That's why I feel like it's gotten a little less sincere. Another aspect is sponsorships, because sometimes these brands even pay the creators. And it's more of the thing that if you're getting paid to review a car, do you really want to bite the hand that feeds you? Because think about it, let's put ourselves in these people's shoes, right? You're a car YouTuber with 30 or 40,000 subscribers. You're just starting, but you're not getting crazy views yet, and you're trying to jumpstart your channel. Mercedes sees that and they reach out to you to shout out or promote or review their brand new AMG. As someone with 40,000 subscribers, you're ecstatic. You're like, oh my god, this is a dream come true. This is the chance to actually get my name out there. Mercedes just invited me to review their brand new AMG. Now, Mercedes didn't say talk good things about it. They didn't say only be positive and don't point out any flaws. But as someone in that position, you're going to think you shouldn't, because this is an opportunity you wouldn't want to ruin. It's a bridge you wouldn't want to burn just for like a couple bad things about the car. And it is bad because us as the viewers, we kind of noticed that, but there's nothing the creator could do. But for the bigger YouTubers, it's more of a sellout thing. Now, I'm not guaranteeing this, but I was watching a Hamilton collection video the other day. It wasn't the other day, it was a couple months ago, but he raced his Hennessy Venom F5 against other of the faster cars in his collection, including a Rimac Nevera. Now, I'm not one to just assume stuff because I've never driven these cars, but that video was so obviously staged for promotion of the F5. And one reason I say that is because he has such a close connection with the Hennessy team. He has them in multiple of his videos, and when he got the car, he even had a Hennessy rep with them. So he has a close connection. The second reason, if you go ahead and watch that video for yourself, you would obviously see the Rimac Nevera is holding back. Because let's be honest here, a Rimac Nevera is not losing to a Hennessy Venom F5 in a quarter-mile race. And in that video, it lost like 3 times. Yeah, that's the thing. If you got a brand new Hennessy hypercar and he's best friends with the team at Hennessy, he's not gonna race it against another of his car and absolutely demolish it. He needs to make people think the Hennessy is the best car in the world. But in reality, if he didn't sandbag that Rimac Nevera, the Hennessy would have been left for dead. Now you're probably wondering, what really is the problem with no negative reviews and everyone saying everything is a great daily, a good value, the best car in the world? The problem is there's no clear opinions. Most times when I'm in the market for a car, I'm trying to watch reviews, the good and bad of the car. Luckily, there's actually some YouTubers who cover stuff like that, but the majority of people would just glaze it, and you really can't get any insight watching a car review of people just glazing the car. If I'm watching a video on a brand new Honda Prelude because I'm considering getting the Honda Prelude, and the person in the video is like, oh my god, this is the best car Honda has ever released, while the whole time in their back pocket there's the $20 a Honda rep slid them, I would go ahead and buy the Honda Prelude for $50,000 and be disappointed because it does the exact same thing as the $20,000 Civic I had. But the idea here is that safe content performs better for these creators because there is something called the fear of backlash. Saying something negative about a brand, especially a brand with a cult following, it might bring hate to your channel. There's going to be those people trying to defend the brand and call you an absolute bot or a loser or something for talking a little bit of smack about the brand. I've seen this happen before. When I was watching videos before I got my car, I watched a smaller channel. I don't remember his name. I will try to find it. If I can't, I'm sorry. But I watched a smaller channel who had a C706 for a year, and he made a year-long review. And in that video, he talked about the good, the bad, and the ugly. In the bad, he was mentioning straight bangers. I'm not gonna lie, ever since I experienced this car, everything he mentioned in the bad was something I experienced for myself. He said the transmission gets annoying, it overheats a lot, the windshield cracks a lot, and it's reliable when it comes to the core components, but smaller things will always be breaking. He said that, but every single Corvette fanboy in the comments, even the ones that didn't have the car, were calling him a bot, saying that he's just saying that because he's hating on the car or something. They were just like flaming him in the comments. And I personally agreed with the people in the car. I didn't agree with them, but I went with their words rather than the person who owned the car, and I don't know why. And then I got the car and I found out everything he said was true. What I'm trying to say is when people talk smack about a brand, there's going to be haters in the comments, so it's 10 times more easier for them to just stay neutral. But speaking of all that, I do want to ask you guys this question. Who is your favorite car reviewer? Someone that you feel like stays neutral no matter their videos. If something is bad, they'll call it out. If something is good, they'll call it out. Because I'm trying to get put on. Everybody I watch now just seems like a paid advertisement. Put me on, please. Like you're watching them and you're like, okay, this is their actual legit opinion and it's not obviously glazed. And while you're down there writing the name of these YouTubers, also please hit that subscribe button. About 60% of you guys watching right now aren't subscribed, and I'm trying to hit $300,000. Well, 300,000 subscribers. So please hit that sub button. Thank you. But when we think about these fake reviewers, we also got to think that these reviewers don't own the cars. So maybe you can use that as an excuse, because somebody who's testing a car for like 12 hours isn't going to figure out the actual bad parts about the car, you know? Like someone who's only had the car for a couple hours can't tell you that in 20,000 miles this would happen to the car. Or after driving 5,000 miles you start feeling this way. They're going off what they feel. They're going off the temporary dopamine they're getting from driving the car in the moment. You give someone a BMW G90 M5. They will tell you this car is fast, the interior is nice, this car is great, it might be reliable. They don't know that. And that's completely valid because that's what they know in the moment. They have no ownership experience and can't even diagnose any long-term issues because they miss the reliability, they miss the daily annoyances, and they miss everything, which kind of makes their reviews seem like glaze, but it's really just what they know, you know? I don't know, I'm trying to give them the leeway here. I'm trying to understand why I feel like everything is fake, but this could be very much a valid reason. Then again, everything has become entertainment. I feel like reviews now just feel way too cinematic, scripted, aesthetic, and overall try hard. People try too hard when it comes to these reviews, and that's another way why they feel like ads. Because if you think about it, these guys are businessmen. At the end of the day, they want views. I feel like if somebody sat down reviewing a car like a BMW M3, if they just sat down giving honest opinions and how they feel about the car in a very, how do I put this, authentic way, that video would flop compared to someone who's just glazing the car saying this is the best car money can buy. Think about those two titles. BMW M3 honest review. This BMW is the best car money can buy. Obviously more people are gonna click on this one. And to be honest, it's a trade-off because when people go for views, they lose honesty because views is not equal to honesty. And then it makes it worse even knowing that these brands are low-key providing for everything. They fly these reviewers out, they take them to events, give them exclusive access. It just makes everything harder to criticize. Like I said in the first point, people don't want to burn bridges. It's human nature. You're getting all this stuff for free and you're earning off of it. Why would you want to go start shitting on it? BMW flies you out to Connecticut to review the all-new M7 or some shit. You're not going to be like, this is the worst car on the planet. Even if you feel that way, you're just not going to say that. But then what do we do? Who do we listen to if this is the case? The system is just not set up for the consumers. Only the businessmen in this scenario win. But let's be honest here. I know I've been saying this a lot and I've been like talking about how everything is fake. I'm gonna be honest. Not all of them are fake. I've watched hundreds of car review YouTubers. You would find some people that are real. Like this guy right here, Professor Drives. He's real about it. And so is honestly Doug Demure, but I feel like he's big enough to the point there's no such thing as him burning bridges. Like he's one of the biggest car reviewers. If Honda burns bridges with him, he's not gonna care. Some are still honest, but the difference is that the system pushes everyone to be safe. The people who are honest, they have nothing to lose by being honest because maybe they rent the cars they review, they buy the cars they review, or they're just big enough to the point there's no such thing as burning bridges. Now, the people in the middle, they're the ones who have to be fake because they're trying to make a living for themselves. And the people in the middle are 90% of them. But honestly, reviews aren't lying. They're just being careful, and that's the big difference. They aren't flat out lying, saying crazy stuff. They're just trying to be safe and be on the good side of the people who feed them. But being that careful and safe does seem less honest. And that's the whole reason I'm making this video. I'm just a car guy like you, and sometimes I go on YouTube and watch car review videos. And I personally care and look for real experience and not polished opinions. I'd take a guy with 20 views and shitting on the car and calling every bad thing out with a 480 pixel camera over someone with 10 million subscribers reviewing a bad car and calling it good any day of the week. But yeah, reviews didn't get fake randomly. The incentives just changed. Everybody's playing it safe now, and that's fine. Just remember, next time you watch a review video, you're not watching reviews, you're watching content. At the end of the day, the creator wants to eat as much as you do. Take it easy, my friends, and until next time. If you do want to watch the next video on how automakers are tricking you and not the reviewers, click right there because I made some pretty good points in that one as well. So don't miss that one. Click that video, and I'll catch you next time, my brothers and sisters. Peace.